Hey, it's nutritionist and maintainable weight loss coach Trisha Mandis here, and I am thrilled because I am with an amazing human. Her name is Julie Sherman, and she's just graduating the 10-week program. She is 34 out of Cincinnati, Ohio, and she's the director of business development for a company. Julie, thank you so much for being here with me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, my first question, let's dive in. How did you struggle with your weight and your health before joining the program? How were you
Oh my
feeling? What was
gosh.
your daily life like at that time?
Sure. Like a lot of people, I have been struggling for years with weight fluctuation in probably like the 20-pound range, I would say, up and down and up and down and up and down. Since high school. Before that, I didn't struggle with weight necessarily, but struggled with some unhealthy eating habits and unhealthy mindsets around body image. So a lot of weight fluctuation. I had tried a lot of fad diets, specifically keto. I had tried shakes in the past. I tried Atkins. I had tried the modern day diet pills, which they aren't calling them diet pills now, but they're diet pills, right? So I tried so many different things and didn't find that any of them were sustainable for me. And then was left with this feeling of failure every single time, right? Like I failed again. I just can't lose the weight. What's wrong with me? It was a really terrible feeling. And then outside of just the weight fluctuation, I had a big problem with negative self-talk and attaching my value as a woman to my weight and my appearance and the number on the scale. So I've kind of had two things going on, right? I did definitely want to lose the weight and in a sustainable, healthy way and be able to keep that off, but then also didn't want to place so much importance and pressure on myself on this number on the scale and needed to stop this negative self-talk that was going on constantly and consistently as well.
Did you have any other health concerns outside of weight at the same time?
Yeah, so I have polycystic ovarian syndrome, which is a hormonal issue. So women who have PCOS tend to be obese, have a hard time losing weight. I also have other fertility related issues like stage 3 endometriosis. Excuse me. After having strep for like 8 times, starting in November of 2018, I started noticing red spots on my skin and then was diagnosed with 2 different kinds of psoriasis, which a lot of people don't know. Psoriasis is actually an autoimmune disease. So 2 different kinds of psoriasis. And then I have some other health issues as well, but those were really, or are really the big ones.
Thanks for sharing that. So you decided to join the program. Why did you decide to join despite having tried so many other things and having, quote, failed at so many other things? Why did you decide to join the program? And then what benefits have you accomplished and what results have you accomplished 10 weeks later?
So I decided to join the program because I was looking for something that was sustainable and maintainable. I was looking for something that fit with my preferred eating lifestyle or way of eating, which is plant-based. And Trish works hard on getting her clients to eat optimally. And so I had been trying to go back to this optimal way of eating. I didn't know it was optimal at the time and wasn't doing so well. So I was really struggling with this. Well, this is the way that I want to eat in my life. And it's the way that I've ate in the past. And I felt good eating this way. And why can't I do it now? Why isn't it working for me? Why am I gaining this weight? So, Trisha really aligned with that, with my preferred way of eating lifestyle or whatever you want to call it. But then also, I expressed that while I wanted to lose the weight, and she had mentioned that her clients had all done this, and it's sustainable, it's maintainable. They've all had success doing it, 1 to 3 pounds per week. I mean, that all sounded fantastic, but there was this whole other part of it too, where I really wanted to get in a better place mentally. And Trisha mentioned that throughout the program, she does things to help address that. I mean, she's not a therapist, but there are steps that she takes and tips and tricks and habits, right, that you learn and develop throughout the program that have helped me. It's unbelievable where I'm at right now compared to where I was 10 weeks ago in terms of my mindset, with my weight and my body image
that you're comfortable sharing.
So I was thinking about this today, actually. So like, I'm getting ready to have this call with Trisha, and she's going to ask me, what I've been working on and what I've been thinking. And I realized that I hadn't had a negative thought about my body in like multiple weeks. I mean, maybe little things have come here and there, but before the program, it was all day, every day, in my head, all the time. So, I mean, I think that is a big one. The fact that I can sit here and say, oh, I don't remember the last time that I had a negative thought about my body. It was probably like weeks ago. That is, for me, incredible, because it was just
happy for you, right?
Yeah. So that's so big.
And I know you also just got back from vacation. Can you tell me what was different about you going on vacation to the beach, eating optimally, and having gone through this process beforehand than what it was like for you being on a beach vacation in the past, either physically, mentally, how you felt in your body?
So many things. So it's difficult to verbalize because there's a few different things. So first and foremost, I didn't feel this immense stress and pressure about the vacation in a couple of ways. I didn't feel immense stress about the fact that I wanted to wear a bikini on the beach, and that I was going to be going out with my girlfriends, and what am I going to wear, and what's going to fit, what's not going to fit, and how am I going to feel when I'm out? Am I going to be able to have fun and be present and in the moment with my friends who don't live in the same state that I do and I don't get to see very often? Or am I going to be, like I have been in the past, distracted by negative self-talk the entire time, right? So that was like a night and day difference. So I went on the vacation, I wore my bikini, I wore my crop top out, like I had a blast. So that was fantastic. And I was able to really be mindful and in the moment with my friends, which is really important to me. So that was part of it. The other part is, I've hired nutrition coaches before. And eating optimally just works, and you feel good and your sleep patterns are better. I mean, there's so many benefits to eating optimally. But the other thing is, like, if I want to have something that's not optimal, that's okay. The kids do it all the time, but that's okay. And I shouldn't punish myself for that. And Trisha's not going to punish me for that and make me feel terrible about it. In the past, the coaches that I've worked with, if I ate something off the plan, whoa, like watch out. And then it just created this whole spiral inside of my head. So it was really bad. So that was another thing. So I went on the vacation and I did the best that I could to plan for the vacation in terms of being able to eat optimally on vacation. But that can be difficult to do sometimes. And when you're out with your friends, you want to do certain things. I wanted to have a drink, a margarita or whatever. And like, that was okay. And then it didn't send me off the deep end. I didn't think, oh my God, I failed. Like, what am I even doing? It's not going to work if I don't do it perfectly 110% of the time. And it also didn't result in day 2, like me just saying, well, forget it. Like, I'll just eat whatever I want now. Yeah. Because I feel so great eating optimally.
It sounds like you were able to enjoy treats but actually enjoy them, but not experience guilt or failure afterwards, or not totally then say, well, like, oh, I ate this one thing, so I'll start again tomorrow or the next day or when I'm done with vacation. So you're able to eat optimally the whole time, enjoy treats at the same time, feel good in your body, be present with your friends, not negatively be talking about your body or like worrying about what you look like and things. That's amazing. So that being said, did the scale also go down? Did you drop down in clothes sizes at all, digestion or other health benefits in any way that you're comfortable sharing? And if not, you can also say pass too. That's fine.
Yeah. On the for the whole time on the program?
Yeah, for our whole time together.
Oh, yeah. So I lost, Trisha, you'll have to correct me, like 8 pounds?
I think
on the program.
I think you're on average 1 pound a week.
Yeah, on average 1 pound a week. Oh my gosh.
And you dropped a clothing size.
I dropped at least a clothing size. So I went shopping before my vacation and grabbed a size down even from the size that I thought I was in some of the brands, and they were too big. And I was just like blown away because, well, you know, it's a pound a week. I'm like, well, it's not like a ton of weight, but, you know, I'm working out, I'm feeling good. So it really makes a big difference. So I lost weight. I lost 1 to 2 sizes, or went down 1 to 2 sizes. I'm sleeping much better. I'm not having, so before the program, I was looking like 6 months pregnant all the time. I was having huge issues with bloating and gas and digestive discomfort all the time, to the point where I like felt like that was just my norm. Like, I'm just going to have to deal with this now for the rest of my life. Not true. So it's been a process working through that and figuring out what it is that's bothering me, and will continue to work. But yeah, huge night and day difference with the digestive discomfort. So that's improved significantly. I mentioned the sleeping, and I think just my mindset, not just about my body and my image, but also how I think about food. I mean, you talk about vacation, and we were talking about going on vacation, and apparently this place where we went, I've never been before. My friend has a family home there, and they have these like cinnamon buns, right? And we went, and they all wanted to try these cinnamon buns. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'll try one, but I know I'm going to feel terrible. So I'm going to get like a fruit smoothie and a coffee and whatever. And, you know, maybe I'll try a bite. So we're on vacation, and I'm like, yeah, I'll try a bite. Okay, it's good. Moving on. In the past, it would have been like, well, if I'm going to eat a bite of this cinnamon roll, like eat the whole cinnamon roll and like then take advantage of the entire day because it's already screwed up. So it's just a completely different way of thinking about eating. I'm not afraid to eat now. I eat as much as I want. I don't count calories. It's really been life-changing. And I think that's just like the beginning of it too. Those are general ways in which I've seen improvements, but there's been, you know, small specific things too, like wearing the bikini and wearing the crop top and things that happen every day.
That's amazing. I'm so happy for you. Did you have, yeah, you're welcome. You did an amazing job. Like, this is all you. Did you have any hesitations, Julie, about joining and having my mentorship, joining the program, having my mentorship? And if so, what were they?
100% yes. I did have hesitations that were based on fears. Fear that this wouldn't work, that I've tried so many things and this could just be something else that doesn't work. And I remember telling Trish and telling myself, like, if this doesn't work, isn't that going to be good for me? Like, it's going to be bad. Like, I was just in that mental space where I couldn't take feeling like I failed at one more thing. Like, I couldn't do it. And I really felt like I just can't figure this out. Why can't I figure this out? Yeah. So there was this fear of this could potentially be something else that doesn't work. So I had some hesitation there. And then hesitation around being told what to do. So I don't love to be told what to do. Personality trait of mine. So I think, you know, I did push back on some things before we even started. And then when we started, I still pushed back on a couple of things, but said, you know, if I'm going to do this, Trish knows what she's doing. Her clients have had success. Like, listen to Trish. And if you hate it, talk to Trish. So that brings up another point of mine. Like, I had worked with nutrition coaches in the past that really, I don't want to put the guilt on them. It stems from my own issues, but fueled the fire, I think, in a negative way, of my unhealthy at the time relationship with myself and food. So I didn't know Trisha well as a person. So there was a little bit of that fear too of like, oh, is she going to be another coach that like expects me to be on this plan 110% of the time? That's not, you know, that therefore then wouldn't be sustainable for me. So I kind of went down that whole path.
So even though you had these hesitations and these fears, why did you still decide to join? And then are you happy that you did?
So a couple things. I just got a vibe from you, from Trisha. So I don't know how I verbalize that, but I just got a vibe that like we were gonna work well together. I don't know. And that, you know, I think we were kind of on the same page, and I think she was empathetic and sympathetic to how I was feeling. During our first call, she just really made me feel better about the concerns that I had. And then I think too, I mean, and I think still, even in the final weeks of working with Trisha, it's like her support is so outstanding that I almost don't believe it. It's like, if I'm having a tough time, reach out to Trish. Like, don't just have a tough time and not go reach out to her for support. Like, she really is that great. So in the past, I wouldn't have reached out to my nutrition coaches because I knew like, it's not going to go well. So I decided to move forward just because of Trisha's whole like vibe, you know, what she preaches about optimal health, because I also really wanted to eat optimally, for health reasons, for my mindset, you know, for a couple of different reasons. I think everybody has their own kind of thinking behind the way that they want to eat and why. And so we were a good fit there too.
Would you recommend my mentorship to other people who are also tried a bunch of different things to try and have the scale go down, didn't feel like they could maintain, negative body image, or struggling with acceptance? Would you recommend my mentorship to other people, and why or why not?
Yes, and you're making me cry, and I don't know why, but it's just, I feel so much better. Yes, I would recommend it. I've already tried, you know, recommending it to some friends who I know who have the unhealthy mindsets and body image, and they're such beautiful people, and it makes me so sad. And I'm like, I'm sure they felt that way about me too, right? And so yeah, I absolutely would. I mean, it's life-changing, and I really wish I would have done it sooner. I really, really do. And I would say if there's anyone who's on the fence, definitely go for it. I would say if there's anyone who's like, ooh, Trisha or this shake diet, I mean, do not go this other route. Because I was there, honestly. I was like, well, maybe I'll try this other thing. My friend's selling it. Like, I know it's going to, like, I'll probably lose some weight the first month and then I'll feel better. But I'm like, no, this isn't sustainable. I can't do this again. Just no. So yeah, I absolutely would recommend that.
Thank you. Do you feel like you eating optimally in the lifestyle change that you've created over the last 2.5 months, do you honestly feel like it's sustainable and maintainable for you, and that you can continue to do this forever?
I'm at a point where I think I need to continue working with Trish, for sure, because, but yes. So you know, there's another phase to Trisha's program that I hope to continue on. And the reason for me specifically is that this negative self-talk and these issues that I referred to earlier in the conversation, I mean, these have like this has been a problem my entire life. So I think that it would be beneficial for me to continue working on that stuff. And I definitely think that the optimal way of eating that Trisha practices and through her program is absolutely maintainable and sustainable. Yeah, definitely.
What are you most excited for yourself now that you have this lifestyle and optimal eating support under you as a part of you? What are you most excited for yourself moving forward now that maybe you couldn't even see before we worked together?
Yeah, I am so excited. And it's not even attached to like the number on the scale, but I'm so excited not to be distracted by my negative relationship with food, by negative self-talk every single day. So to not be distracted by that and be able to be mindful and live in the moment and have better self-confidence. I applied for a position that I've been interested in going after for a while recently, and just all that comes with this feeling of confidence and not being distracted by all this other stuff, so that I can be in the moment at work, at home, with my son, with myself, for sure. So it's life-changing, and that more than anything excites me about right now and about the future.
That's amazing. Is there anything else you'd like to share with the person watching this video that you haven't said yet, or anything else to comment on?
I don't think so. I mean, I think just go for it. I mean, you can't afford not to, right? I think that's the big thing. Like, do you want to continue feeling the way that you do for the rest of your life, potentially, right? I mean, and what does that mean for you? So I will share one little practice that helped me before I decided to work with Trish, and maybe this would be helpful for somebody else. I don't know. But I was sitting in another coaching session, and the coach said, you know, think about the changes that you want to make this year, right now, or whatever. And then think about, let's say it's 10 or 15 years from now. Think about where you are. And I want you to write a letter to someone that you care about or that would be impacted by you not making these changes. And just write a letter to that person. It could be yourself. It could be a family member. It could be a friend. It could be a boss. It could be anyone. It could be a spouse, right? Write a letter to them 10 to 15 years from now as if you had not made those changes. And I did this, and I wrote a letter to my now 6-year-old son, apologizing for being so distracted, and for not being able to be present, and for potentially really missing out, I'm going to cry, on this valuable time with him that I'll never get back. So think about that when you're considering working with Trisha, and just go for it.
And now, do you feel like you're more present with your son?
Definitely.
Good.
Yeah. And they pick up, yeah. They pick up on your mood, right? I mean, anyone around you picks up on your mood. And I'm in a better mood, just generally, every day. And I can focus on him and just, and myself, and living in the moment and enjoying life. And that's what it's all about. So,
I want to say, I am so proud of you, and it's been a complete and utter joy and honor to have you here. And I'm so proud of you, and congratulations on all of your success again.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.